welcome back to Priya's Hacks. Hope you all are doing great. So this video is going to be a little bit different than any of my previous videos. I've mentioned in my couple of my previous videos, that I'm not feeling well and I'm suffering with chronic back pain for almost 3 years. So in this video I want to talk about my specific health condition, my specific chronic pain, what is that I'm going through, and I want to tell you my story. The reason why I am making this video today is because when I have a condition which is called as fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed an year ago. When I first diagnosed, I was so scared, so lonely, and I didn't understand what to do, how to manage my pain, how to manage my condition, and how I can get better, and I have no clue at all. But I started looking blogs, online blogs, and many YouTube videos, and I've researched quite a bit. Then I came across incredible stories of so many people having the same condition. In those stories they have mentioned that how they got diagnosed and how they are fighting with this condition. So those stories, they actually gave me strength. They actually gave me hope that I'm not alone who is going through this condition. There are so many people out there, even having who are in worse condition than I am. So those stories really inspired me. Those people, they really inspired me. So when I read those stories, I thought that I have to contribute as well. I've been actually thinking to make this video for a long time, but it finally happened today. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Supriya. Here we talk about makeup, skincare, beauty, and sometimes healthcare, home remedies. If you are interested in that stuff, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also ring the bell that is next to the subscribe button, so that whenever I upload a video, you get the notification. First, I'll talk about my personal journey, my personal story, while talking about what this condition is, what are the symptoms, what are the causes, and everything. So yeah, I'm actually quite a bit nervous. I've practiced this video in person so many times. I've even made a list, notes of topics. First, coming to my personal journey. It all started in the year of 2016, in the month of October. I was suddenly getting this intense back pain, especially in my upper back. It was so intense that I have never experienced that kind of pain in my life before. I thought that maybe it was something physical that I was doing that's causing that, that's putting that stress on my back. So I took a rest for a couple of days, but my pain didn't get better. It was actually getting worse. So I consulted an orthopedician, because that's what we do. Generally, if we get back pain, the first doctor we visit is an orthopedician. So I consulted an orthopedician. He put me on some calcium and pain medication. I took those tablets for around 2 to 3 weeks. I was getting better. My pain was subsided, but not completely. I can still feel that the pain is there, because whenever I do any physical activity, even if I take a little bit of physical stress, then my pain would come back. So I know that it's still there. So I consulted many other orthopedicians, looking for answers, looking for proper diagnosis. They did x-rays, MRIs, and blood work. They checked my blood for my calcium levels, vitamin D levels, vitamin K levels, vitamin B12, and so on and so forth. All my reports came back normal, and doctors, they were they were actually as confused as I am. They are like, we cannot understand, we don't know why you're having this much pain, we can't understand, because everything in your reports is normal, you're perfectly healthy human being. And meanwhile my symptoms are getting worse, my pain is getting worse. Actually it all started on my upper back, exactly to be here in my upper back, and then it started spreading to my shoulders, to my arms, to my shoulders, and I used to get this severe migraine headaches whenever I have this pain, and also the pain radiates to my shoulders, and I also get chest pain. Because the rib cage, it is all connected, so whenever I get a back pain, I get chest pain, and I have so much difficulty in breathing also, because whenever we are in pain, we tend to breathe heavily, because our body wants more and more oxygen to make our blood flow properly. But those deep breaths would also hurt me, my back a lot, and I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sit, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat, I couldn't even drink one sip of water. Even if I want to take my medication, I couldn't, because I couldn't I couldn't lift my neck up, and I couldn't sip even a bit of water. In a nutshell, I couldn't live a normal life like a normal person. Even a small tasks that a normal person would do, they just seem like a huge Hercules tasks for me. So my life is basically all chaotic, and I would cry every single night. Every single night I would cry, because I couldn't sleep. My pain would interfere with my sleep. I used to get hungry, but I cannot eat because of my pain. I get thirsty, but I cannot drink even a sip of water because of my pain. So I used to cry every night, thinking, what did I do wrong that I have to suffer this fate? Thinking like that. And also my pain would hurt me, so I cry. Along with all those difficulties, my pain was getting worse. I used to get around, till today, I get around 10 to 12 types of pains. Sometimes it is just a normal pain, sometimes it is like a throbbing pain, sometimes it is like pulsing pain, sometimes it is like pricking pain, like someone is pricking me with a needle, sometimes it's like someone is pricking me with a hot needle, and sometimes it is like someone is hitting me with a hammer. Sometimes I feel like my whole back, my skin is on fire, because I couldn't wear even very light cotton dress also, because the touch of the material on my back would also hurt me like hell. I couldn't even let anyone touch me, I couldn't even let anyone lay a finger on me, my back, like this touch would also hurt me like hell. And I couldn't take baths. Even today when I'm in pain, I couldn't take baths, because the touch of the water would also hurt me. I cut my hair to my shoulder length, because my hair would also hurt my skin. And if I put up in a bun or a ponytail, I would feel that there is a huge weight on my head that I couldn't carry. So yeah, it's pretty much, it sucks. And all these things, they led me into depression. But luckily, I have one person right by my side, my husband. So he's the one, along with my brother, who suggested me that I should start an YouTube channel, because this condition, fibromyalgia, it interfered with my life. I couldn't live a normal life like a normal person. It completely changed my life and I was going crazy. So to stop me from going completely crazy and completely insane and into a dark path of depression, they suggested me to start a YouTube channel. Meanwhile, one day, me and my husband, we don't know why we thought that we thought that we should consult a neurologist, because we thought that maybe this kind of sensitivity to pain and sensitivity of skin, maybe these are related to something of neurological distress. So we consulted a neurologist, and listening upon to my symptoms and my story, he concluded that I have a condition called fibromyalgia, which I have never ever heard about. And he suggested me that I should try cognitive behavior therapy. Other than that, he didn't tell us much about this condition. He just suggested us to go home and Google it. So as soon as we came home, I googled about fibromyalgia. The first thing that I came across that this condition has no cure and that I have to live with it my whole life. That really hit me hard, because I have a condition which has no cure. We kept consulting neurologists. Some of them, actually many of them, told me that it's all in my head. There is nothing wrong with my body, it's all in my head. And some of them, they just gave some pain medication, and again they put me on some antidepressants. Actually, ironically, these antidepressants, they caused me more and more depression instead of solving my problems. So we kept searching and searching and searching for answers. Meanwhile, my condition was getting worse and worse and worse day by day. So fortunately, in past July, I consulted a neurologist. He is the first one who did all the blood work that is needed to confirm my condition. He listened to all my symptoms, he listened to all my whole story very patiently, and he was actually very supportive. He didn't scare me off that this condition has no cure and saying all those scary things. He didn't do that. He actually he's been very supportive even till today. He checked for my vitamin B12 levels, calcium levels again, and magnesium levels, and also he checked for any inflammation markers or irritation markers in my blood, just to rule out all the possibilities, because vitamin B12 deficiency and magnesium deficiency and having irritation and inflammation in blood, they also cause the same symptoms. So he just want to rule out everything except my inflammation of a marker is slight a bit high. So upon examining all the test results, he also concluded that I have fibromyalgia, and he immediately put me on medication. So I've been undergoing treatment till today. So that was the first time someone diagnosed me properly. So then I came home and I started reading all these blogs, and I started researching more and more about this condition. And I've seen so many videos on YouTube, stories of patients. By reading all those web pages, all those blogs, and by watching all those videos, I realized that there are people out there with the same illness, fibromyalgia, but they're in worse condition than I am. Their illness is much worse than mine. So instead of being in a worse shape, they are actually fighting with their difficulties, they are actually fighting with their illness, which gave me hope and which gave me strength. So I thought I should also fight against all the odds. I should also fight against my illness, because I can't let something so small to bring me down. I can't let something so small to bring me down to my knees. So that's what I thought, and that's what I think even today, because I just think that I'm much bigger than this pain. So I still keep fighting with this illness even today, and I will keep fighting with this illness in the future. So yeah, that's basically my story. That's basically my pain. So what actually causes fibromyalgia? No one knows the exact answer, not even doctors, not even scientists. They are still searching for answers. But they came up with some pretty good reasons that can contribute to this condition, which are risk factors. First one is physical trauma, like you being in an accident or having any chronic illness. It can cause fibromyalgia. And second one is psychological trauma, like losing someone so close to you, or abuse or being abused physically or mentally. That can also causes fibromyalgia. And PTSD, that means post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, that can also cause fibromyalgia. And sometimes there is actually no absolute reason. Symptoms, they just got developed over the time, and the people, they just get fibromyalgia, just like me. In my case, my fibromyalgia is mostly idiopathic. That means there is no specific reason. So what exactly happens in fibromyalgia? Why is a person so much sensitive to pain? Is because what happens in fibromyalgia is it's basically messed up central nervous system, which is brain. Our brain gets all messed up, and it receives all these mixed up pain signals from our body, which amplifies the pain receptors in our brain. So that is why even a slight touch, or even a slight tap, or even a slight pinch would cause a person so much pain. So when a person has fibromyalgia, it's not only pain that the person has to suffer with. There is pain. It is the first and foremost symptom. Widespread pain. Widespread pain means the pain, it's like it starts at a particular point, and the person would feel pain all over the body. So fatigue being the second important symptom, and along with, there are so many other complications and symptoms, such as like irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome means sometimes you feel like you have diarrhea, sometimes you feel like you have constipation. And another symptom is restless leg syndrome. Restless leg syndrome means you have this urge to move your legs constantly. You can't keep them still. You have this itch and this uncomfortable sensation in your legs that makes you want to move your legs all the time, which is very, 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 very difficult to manage. And also the person gets so much sensitive to light, sound, and even smell. And other thing is panic attack. There is no one can predict why a patient with fibromyalgia gets panic attack. And another symptom is frequent urination. I am talking from my personal experience, which is worse. And the other complication or side effect or symptom of fibromyalgia is mood swings. Along with those not so fun complications, there is another complication that a person with fibromyalgia will have is fibrofog or brain fog, which means the person will lose his or her cognitive ability temporarily, which includes difficulty in remembering things, difficulty in memorizing things, speech difficulties, and concentration difficulties. Along with these complications, there is another cruel, ruthless, and most monstrous thing that comes with fibromyalgia, which is called as flare-up. Flare-up is where a person's pain increases enormously, and the pain just goes off the charts, and it goes off the roof just in a minute. For instance, if you ask me what is your pain level on a scale of 10, I would tell you 5, 6, 8, 9 or even 10. But when I have flare up, if you ask me what is your pain level on a scale of 10, I would definitely tell you it is 40 or 50. That's how intense the pain gets. So what about the treatment? Unfortunately, there is as of today, there is no particular medication or there is no particular treatment that can make a person with fibromyalgia better. Actually, a lot of research going on till today, and there's a lot of debate going on till today, figuring out what actually causes fibromyalgia. So there is no proper diagnosis for fibromyalgia, so it is very difficult to treat a person who is having fibromyalgia. So doctors, they put you on medication like duloxetine or pregabalin or gabapentin. If you have fibromyalgia, you can also try alternate medicine along with Western medicines or instead of Western medicines, as you wish. I started using homeopathy along with my Western medicine. You can try acupuncture or you can try needle therapy. Needle therapy actually helps people with fibromyalgia, or it can actually make your condition much worse. You can try aromatherapy. You can go for massages if you can. I cannot get massages when I'm in pain, especially when I'm in pain. Otherwise, I prefer taking massages also. You can definitely try yoga and meditation. Doing a little bit of yoga, it actually helps your muscles. Not only yoga, you can go for swimming, aerobics, slow dancing or walking, anything that gives a little bit of work to your muscles will definitely help you. And another thing that can also help is cognitive behavior therapy, which has shown good results in several cases, so you can also try that. How to cope up with this pain? The first and foremost thing you should do if you have fibromyalgia is making diet changes. You have to watch what you're eating, because food can make us or break us. When I first got diagnosed, I stopped taking gluten because gluten will increase the inflammation and irritation. So you have to control your gluten intake. And second one is, some people get sensitive to dairy products. I even cut off my dairy intake, and I included foods which contain high levels of vitamin B12, magnesium, and especially omega-3 fatty acids, and also antioxidants. These will help to alleviate the pain, and these will increase our muscular strength. And I would suggest you to join any online community that is especially for people with chronic illness. And there are so many videos on YouTube where people talk about their experiences, and there are so many blogs and web pages on the internet. Go and read those stories, they will definitely help you. Don't ever give in to the pain, because you have to battle with this pain for a long time. So don't give up. Always be surrounded by positive vibes and positive people. And if you find someone who understands your pain, stick to that person. Always make sure that you express your pain, you talk about your pain, which is very important. And that's all I have to say. Stay healthy, eat healthy, stay positive, keep fighting, and take care of yourself.